Crews are working to make this vision a reality.
We are underway.
Get a look at some of the work happening and find out about some of the features of the Music Factory.
They've been looking forward to this for months.
It means so much to them.
It's the statewide Special Olympics Summer Games, and Irving has a big presence. We look at the competition, the cause, and the cops involved.
20 years ago, actually at this spot at Union Station, we held the celebration to cut the ribbon to start the light rail system.
A milestone for light rail. We will hear what's next for Dallas area rapid transit, plus warnings about dangerous heat, a visit to a summer program for kids, and go along as church members donate to first responders. This is City Source. The Music Factory could open in Irving within a year. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. That's the goal of the developer and construction crews on site. We found out a lot more about the plans for a music venue, restaurants, shops, and more on the land in Las Colinas. Check out our visit. At the site of the future Music Factory, fences can no longer fully conceal the construction.
Today, we're going vertical.
People involved in the project, located between the Irving Convention Center and State Highway 114, hope that everyone who sees this gets a clear message about the long talked about entertainment venue.
After a lot of stops on the front end, we're actually going now.
The Irving Music Factory is under construction.
The company managing construction took us inside the work site for a closer look.
All right, here we go.
Crews are carefully putting together these huge tower cranes. They are so big.
Think about 22 fully loaded concrete trucks are in that ground right now, just to support that crane.
And those cranes will help in the construction of an office tower, which will sit atop a parking garage. You can see it in this animation provided by the developer, along with some of the other attractions that will be part of the Music Factory. Even at this early stage of construction, some of those features are starting to take shape.
So here you can see that's actually the stage. Isn't that exciting? You get the feel of all this?
That stage is part of the pavilion that can convert from an indoor theater to an indoor-outdoor amphitheater holding 8,000 people.
That pile of dirt there is actually going to be backfilled and will create the slope effect that will lead down to the stage.
That pavilion will be managed by Live Nation. It will border State Highway 114.
To keep the acoustics good, you almost kind of create this cave effect where you're not picking up the ambient sound from outside.
Work is underway on several areas of the site.
On this side will be Sambuca. Yeah, this is going to be a series of shops, restaurants. And that'll also be the plaza area.
In addition to those pieces of the project emerging above ground, there is still a lot of work below surface. Crews are drilling piers to support the buildings. And they go pretty deep.
They do go pretty deep. They go anywhere from 40 to 80 to 100 feet deep.
Once all of that work is done, people involved expect construction to move quickly. The Music Factory is scheduled to open in mid-2017. You can see there is a lot to do in the meantime.
Pretty interesting, all the different parts and pieces that go on.
And people are also looking ahead to the potential impact once it opens.
This impact is going to be multi-millions of dollars into our community. Our businesses share with us often. They're looking for amenities for their employees in the local community.
It'll be a wonderful asset for the city. It'll give us a nighttime destination for people to go to.
The city of Irving is closely monitoring all of this progress at the site.
As you can see, there's a lot of different buildings on site, so there's a lot of different areas they'll be working on simultaneously. I go out there every week and visit with them, and we are signing off on all the improvements that go in.
The art group will operate the Music Factory, but for ownership,
the city is owner of the property, and we will ultimately be the landlord of all the facilities out there. We'll own all the buildings.
This is going to revitalize the area, I think, as far as people's interest.
In addition to the Music Factory, a convention center hotel is planned for this adjacent site, now used for overflow parking.
We continue to look forward to that project progressing.
Over here at the Music Factory site, more crews will be moving in to keep the progress going. A About 250 workers a day could be on site.
I got about 3-4 guys up there that you probably wouldn't even notice from the highway, but those are the guys who are up there making it happen.
And in about a year, all of that work and all of these materials will come together to give Irving residents and visitors new entertainment and food options on this site.
We're making progress, the sun's shining now. We're starting to get some momentum, starting to move.
That story is posted at youtube.com/the City of Irving. Grab the link and post it to your own Facebook timeline and share it with all of your friends. The Irving Fire Department and Dallas County Health and Human Services are putting out warnings about the dangerously hot weather. Already, one person has died in the area because of the heat. The first signs of heat-related illness are dizziness, nausea, headaches, and muscle cramps. Our team went out and saw some people braving the hot weather, either for work or fun. Dallas County Health and Human Services says people should seek medical attention immediately if those initial symptoms do not improve. Other tips offered include checking on elderly neighbors. Also, ask your doctor about how the heat might interact with prescription drugs you are taking. Of course, another big concern is children left in hot cars. The Irving Fire Department offers these Don't Forget the Baby window clings as a reminder to parents. Texas leads the nation in hot car deaths. In just a few minutes, see how some generous donors are helping first responders get a little relief from the summer heat, so stick around for that. Along with the dangerous temperatures, we also continue to monitor the threat of mosquito-borne illness. More traps in the city have caught mosquitoes that tested positive for West Nile virus. You see the latest locations as of production time on your screen. One of those coming back positive is at a new trapping location. It's on Andre Drive in Valley Ranch. In response to those positive results, the city sprays neighborhoods surrounding those traps in the overnight hours. As a reminder, one way to protect yourself is using a repellent with DEET when you're outside, especially at dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active. Find other protection tips along with updated spraying schedules at irvingfightsthebite.org. Now to a mass transit milestone. Light rail debuted in Dallas 20 years ago this month. Since then, it has expanded and, as you may know, now passes through Irving. City Source reporter Susan Kamyab covered an event marking that anniversary and learned what the months ahead could hold.
Next up, Weston Station.
It's an anniversary celebration for DART Light Rail. People are signing a big card to mark 20 years since the debut of light rail.
I said, Leon Pollard, God bless America and all of us.
Leon Pollard is among those who stopped by this event at Union Station in Dallas during his morning commute.
It helped me transport back and forth to home and visit. I work here, but I stay over in Fort Worth.
I use it for everything, work, pleasure, leisure, everything. It's a great way to get around.
Today we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the light rail system. 20 years ago, actually at this spot, at Union Station, we held the celebration to cut the ribbon to start the light rail system.
When Dallas Area Rapid Transit launched the light rail in 1996, the network was only 11 miles long. Now it's more than 90, the longest in North America, and it's still growing.
In October, we'll extend the Blue Line. The Blue Line currently stops at our Ledbetter Station, so we'll extend that all the way to the University of North Texas Dallas campus.
All of that will add to the transportation options for Irving residents who are connected to the entire system via the Orange Line. Light rail had a big highlight in Irving 2 years ago with the debut of a connection to DFW Airport. Among other stops on the Orange Line, the University of Dallas, the Las Colinas Urban Center, Northlake College, and the Convention Center.
That was a station that people said, Gary, you know this is in a field, right? And I said, yeah, but sometimes that's the best place for stations to be, especially when we look back in 10 or 15 years, we'll look back at that and say, wow, wasn't that smart putting this station here, because look at everything that's happened around this station.
This year also marks another transportation anniversary with significance to Irving. The Trinity Railway Express debuted in December 1996.
At that point in time, we didn't go all the way to Fort Worth. We started here at Union Station and we went to Irving. And so Irving has had rail since 1996.
And there are even more plans for the future months.
we'll be extending the modern streetcar. The streetcar that is right here at Union Station and goes to Methodist Hospital today, it will be extended to Bishop Arts districts.
Along with this celebration, there will be special moments on the 20th of each month through the rest of 2016, marking all that has been accomplished, connecting a region with light rail.
I think it's great. Hope for another 20 years plus.
Susan Comyob for CitySource.
In other transportation news, we are inside the 100 deadliest days of the year. That's the word from the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, which reports an increase in the number of crashes involving teen drivers during the summer months. In fact, the number is at about 1,000 deaths a year. The foundation released the new report to draw attention as to how to prevent those wrecks. And nearly 40% distractions such as cell phones or other passengers were a factor. The foundation encourages parents to get involved, have conversations with their children, and set good examples. More tips are at teendriving.aaa.com. Switching gears now, we want to take you to the Special Olympics Summer Games. The big event draws athletes from around the state to the University of Texas at Arlington. We caught up with some of the local teams participating and saw some of the support they get from families, schools, and law enforcement. An enthusiastic entrance as about 2,800 athletes arrive at the University of Texas at Arlington for the statewide Special Olympics Summer Games.
It's an awesome event for all the athletes.
Police officers from around Texas are among those here to pump up the players.
All the kids are coming up and giving you a high five and just so excited and smiling and glowing about what life means to them.
It's fun, fanfare, and the flame. That lighting marks the ceremonial opening of the games.
As they aspire to do their best.
Over at the gym, basketball is underway.
And now it's down to 1 point, so my heart is going boom, 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 boom.
A lot of games are going on at once. Over here, we stopped to watch the Irving Stars from MacArthur High School.
It is incredible. Our athletes are so excited to be here.
It means so much to them. This is an opportunity where they get to shine. They get to show that they do have some amazing athletic ability.
They've been practicing for months, but it's not only their skills on the court that are improving.
Going awesome.
The parents of Thomas Nichols see how Special Olympics makes a difference.
I wouldn't have called him the most active kid, but this kind of got him into that and just brought out the competitive spirit.
We see him really interacting more with other people and other kids, and it's just had a tremendous effect on his growth.
And I think brought him closer to his peers.
In fact, a lot of the athletes are eager to tell us about what they like about playing.
Have fun.
Fun.
Pretty fun and difficult.
We can make friends on basketball.
It's a lot of friends.
Yeah, a lot.
It makes me so happy. I'm very proud of them. They've all come such a long ways to be able to communicate to each other out on the court. That also goes out in the real life, being able to communicate with each other. They learn so many skills from this that transfer into their everyday lives.
They've learned a lot of teamwork. They have learned a lot of self-confidence.
While high school years will end for these students, their involvement does not have to.
This is also something that the city of Irving does, so as our students graduate, they can still be a part of Special Olympics and be a part of their community and continue to be involved in athletics.
This is something we look forward to every year. We work hard to try to qualify for state, and it's like our Super Bowl.
Chris Custer is among those on the Irving Mustangs, a team offered through the city's Parks and Recreation Department.
We do this all for the athletes. It's just a special kind of game. It's really for the love of the game out here.
I just enjoy it, just love it. I use it as motivation to stay in shape, especially being one of the older athletes.
Special Olympics has expanded over the years and now also features unified teams, which put athletes with and without intellectual disabilities on the same teams.
Pick it up, lay up, lay up.
Tabori Grayson's daughter Valencia plays on traditional teams as well as in Special Olympics.
Being around them helps her understand the different aspects and how they're thinking, how they do things, and how she can actually be a better person. And so this helped her decide on what she wants to be in life. And she said she wanted help with the special needs.
It is all part of the Special Olympics experience, made possible with donations. The Irving Police Department collected pennies at local schools as part of a statewide initiative of officers. They are all recognized at the Law Enforcement Torch Run.
It makes up 20% of our entire organizational budget for revenue from what comes in from the Law Enforcement Torch Run. This year we have a goal of $1.5 million. That's to support 55,000 Special Olympic athletes across the state.
Just seeing the looks on their faces makes it worth every minute that we spent doing the fundraising.
It's a very worthwhile cause. It's very appreciated. It gives our kids opportunities to do some great things.
This year, rain caused a few schedule changes, but throughout the weekend, Special Olympians got to compete in a range of activities. Activities that have an impact long after this year's statewide summer games come to an end.
When he was little, I thought, oh, poor Aaron. He's developmentally delayed. He can't read much. But he's got friends. He's got a girlfriend through Special Olympics.
It gives them real good self-esteem. It lets them know that they can accomplish some things.
They love being out there, whether they win or lose. Of course, they love winning, but yes, a lot of team spirit.
It's just great to be able to see them doing their best.
What a great event. And by the way, the Irving Independent School District has 10 Special Olympics teams that participate in a range of sports. The district wants to add a soccer team. We have been talking about and feeling the impact of the heat this summer, and Irving's first responders have some help. They can cool off with donated water. Take a look.
God has led us to community service, and today it's all about the first responders. Today is the day where we're all gathering together to make that happen. We reached out to our church. We figured we'd probably get a couple of hundred cases of water. Also, the Irving Ambucks and Oak Grove Memorial Gardens also are contributors that donated water for this event, and we're grateful to them.
And we're bringing you guys 50 cases of water. So I thought you should be the first one to take the first bottle. Thank you.
This is for the children. We've gathered a lot of stuffed animals for children's crisis intervention, so when the police or firefighters come into a domestic violence or a wreck or a fire and you have children that are traumatized, they'll have something to help soften that a little bit.
Oh, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
And we want to support their efforts and all the stuff they do for our city.
If you have needs for these kind of things, please call Hope Fellowship Church.
There's a need, and we want to do our best, again, as a small church to fulfill that.
Y'all guys,
Thank you.
That event got its start during the church's annual Hot Dogs for Heroes event, which also recognizes police and firefighters. The Irving Police Department is offering 2 summer sports programs. You can see the video here from past years. The programs are meant to help children brush up on their skills and also build positive relationships with police officers. For basketball players, Summer Hoops is open to boys and girls 11 to 14. For soccer, Summer Kicks is open to children 8 to 14. Here are more specifics. Summer Hoops will be at Sam Houston Middle School. It runs 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. on weekdays, July 11th through August 5th. On those same dates, Summer Kicks takes place at Irving School Stadium from 8 a.m. until noon. Both programs are free. Another summertime program is already underway. Susan Kamyab takes us inside the summer splash camps offered by the Parks Department.
Now we're playing a game called the checkers game.
But here, the classic game comes with a twist.
What they do is they hold the checker on their hand and they have to balance it and not have the other campers knock it off.
Live checkers is just one of the many games played during Irving's Summer Splash Camp.
Basically, it's just a fun camp. Kids come in from all over the area.
We do field trips, we do swimming, we do events here, different activities, gym games, arts and crafts. And they get to meet new kids, they make new friendships, and they pretty much have a blast here.
We checked out the fun at Mustang Park Recreation Center, but the camp actually runs at every Irving Recreation Center. Parents register online and are charged per session.
So it pretty much runs for 10 weeks throughout the summer. It is $190 per session, and each session is 2 weeks long.
In addition to the activities here at the rec centers, the children will also get to go on a lot of field trips. Some of the trips planned this summer include Six Flags and Skate Town.
The field trips is kind of a bonus.
I like that this camp, you go on field trips every day instead of just like being at the place all day.
The staff hopes the field trips and the camp as a whole prove to be valuable for the kids.
Just basically making new friends, getting out there, being active, knowing that, there's more to life than TV and video games.
I hope that they enjoy themselves. Our main priority is that the kids stay safe, but they also have fun throughout the whole process.
The camp proves to be popular each summer. In fact, this year, registration filled up within 10 minutes.
We look for certain people that help us make the programs great. The city staff, the programs that we offer, the field trips, everything like that. The parents know that we keep their kids safe.
Organizers want Summer Splash Camp to be a beneficial learning experience and an exciting way for kids to spend their summer vacation.
It's just really fun. Like I keep coming back like every single year because it's so fun.
Susan Kamyab for City Source.
People have a chance to learn more about Irving's history over the upcoming holiday weekend. The Irving Heritage House will be open for tours at 3 and 4 p.m. on Sunday, July 3rd. In addition to getting to tour the home, vintage wedding gowns will also be on display. An updated feature is in the backyard. That's Mary's Playhouse. Learn the stories behind all of these during the free tours. The Heritage House is located at 303 South O'Connor Road. The biggest animal adoption event of the year is returning to the Animal Care Campus. It's called Clear the Shelters. The idea originated in Irving and has really taken off in recent years. On that day, Animal Services and the DFW Humane Society waive adoption fees. Last year, nearly 200 dogs, cats, and as you see here, even a pig left the Animal Care Campus during Clear the Shelters. Across the country, boosted by a partnership with NBC, the total approached 19,000 animals adopted. Clear the Shelters is July 23rd, starting at 10 a.m. But of course, you do not have to wait until then to find an animal of your own. JP Zavala has our Pets of the Week.
All right, we're here at the Animal Care Campus with Michael Whiteside, Administration and Development Coordinator. Now, Michael, who's this guy here?
This is the awesome Johnny Walker. He is about a year old. He has actually been at the shelter since January. And that's because he does have a bit of a skin condition. So he's been getting a little bit of treatment for that. So we want to make sure any potential adopters know that he probably will need some medication, probably not expensive medication, but something to help with his skin condition. But he is one of the friendliest guys that we have right now. And he was originally brought to City of Irving because the owner didn't have enough time for him. So he was about 7 months old at the time, so he's about a year now. And he's just got a lot of energy and loves everybody that he sees.
So what would be the best fit for Johnny?
Since he's still pretty young, he's very active. He loves playing with people. He loves meeting people. So, any sort of family, whether it be just a couple or a family with children, he's going to fit in fine with any of those options.
All right, Michael, and who's this?
This right here is the beautiful Cuddles. She's about a year old, and she came into the shelter a few months ago with another cat that the owner just was not able to care for them any longer. And so she's just here waiting to go to her forever home. And her name is pretty appropriate. She does love to cuddle. She is obviously a long-haired domestic with that's a bit of a tortie, which is her coloring, her tortoiseshell coloring. But she is really super sweet and very calm and like I said, likes to cuddle a lot.
Yeah, she seems really friendly right now. She does really love to cuddle, it seems.
She does, and she's one of the favorites around here. Obviously she's a little unnerved at the moment, but when she's in the cat colony, when volunteers are here or people come looking, she just really loves to cuddle up and talk to you a little bit as you walk by her cage. So she's a super sweet girl.
All right, Michael, now who are these little cute kittens?
This is Sugar and Ginger. They're both girls, both sisters. They're about 2 months old, and we got them from one of our coalition partners because they were out of space for cats and kittens, which happens this time of year. So they're here, ready to go home with the family, either together or separate. But they've definitely got kitten energy.
Awesome. Now, I know there's a big special going on this month for cats. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Sure. This month, throughout the month of June, all kittens, like these two girls here, are going to be $50 to adopt. All of our older kittens that are a year or older are going to be free to adopt. And I just found out today that that special has now been extended throughout the month of July. So we've got a whole nother month where you can get a kitten for $50 or a 1 year or older cat here in the Irving Animal Care Campus for free.
All right, there you have it. Thanks, Michael. And back to you, Thomas.
All right, thanks a lot, JP. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. A new hotel just opened in Irving. Coverage of the ribbon cutting is on the next City Source. Also, a statewide exercise is focusing on hurricane evacuation plans, and Irving has a big role. We go in depth to show you how it works and the big difference from previous exercises. And a citywide scavenger hunt called Explore Irving brought out a lot of fun teams go along with them as they solve riddles and compete for prizes. All that and more next time. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And how about subscribing to our channel while you're there? And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more of the construction underway at the Music Factory. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.